My name is Maria, and I have Cass joining me today, and welcome to another video. Hey guys, welcome. Since I know that I've gotten quite a few subscribers lately, and thank you guys so much for the support, or welcome back to my bird channel. I have Cass with me today. I have not had him on my channel for a little bit, but I thought that today, for today's video, I'm going to be talking about Caiques and their bluffing phase.
What the is that?
Which is basically Caiques between the ages of 1 and 3, I would say. So I thought that first I would read the official definition of what bluffing is. So here it says that birds go through what's called the bluffing phase. During this phase, hormonal changes can increase a bird's aggressive tendencies, such as hissing, biting, and general resistance to interaction. So I actually got the idea for the topic of this video because lately, and actually for probably the last year or so, oh my god, that's Sunny, our Indian ringneck.
Can't hear myself think.
Because for the last year or so, Cass has been very difficult to deal with, and it's been really driving me and my husband crazy. And yesterday my husband actually was like, I don't know if he'll ever get through this phase. And of course I told him, yes he will, because we just have to keep trying to socialize with him and keep taking him out and, you know, not locking him back in his cage. I thought that I would make this video because I feel like the bluffing phase gets overlooked a lot when people purchase pet birds or parrots, because it's not really something that the seller goes through, at least in my experience.
Nobody told me that.
The only time when I was told about a bluffing phase, and I didn't even know what it was back then, was when we got this guy, and the young man that sold us him, he said, yes, he's a sweet bird, and he's very social, and he has a lot of personality, and he's great. But Caiques, which is what these type of parrots are called, go through a bluffing phase, he said. And at the time, I think I just kind of was like, okay, whatever, like, we'll get through whatever comes. And I honestly really underestimated just how difficult this phase is.
Joke's on me! Haha!
And I really just kind of threw caution to the wind. And I mean, of course, I still love Cass. I don't regret getting him. But I think it's very important to discuss this topic and what it entails, and also I want to go over my own experiences with my Caique, Cass. So actually, we also have an Indian ringneck that is going through the bluffing phase right now, but since he's never really been super social and like cuddly or anything like that, I don't notice it as much. Actually, our Indian ringneck, Sunny, he hates me. So he actually wants nothing to do with me, so therefore I don't really notice it. To me, it's just normal. You know, because it's kind of how he always is.
Oh, shushy, shushy, grumpity grump.
With Cass, however, I know that I have shared a video a long time ago about how we came to get him and how I fell in love with him. He was the first bird that I ever held, the first pet parrot that I ever held, and I was sold. Like, there was no going back. I knew that this was the animal for me, the pet for me. I was in love. And I still am. I love this little guy. Don't get me wrong, he's a hoot. But it's definitely gotten a lot harder to deal with him and to not lose patience with him. When we first brought him home, he was so sweet to everyone. We actually have young girls who are neighbors nearby. They are a little bit older than my oldest daughter, who's
Okay, this is just rude.
Who's 8 right now. So these girls, there's 3 of them, who are our neighbors. They actually used to come over a lot more than they do right now. Everybody's growing up. Everybody has their own things they're doing. Nobody really has free time anymore. But back when we first got Cass and we brought him home, he was probably, I would say, the 4th, I think, or the 5th bird that we brought home. I don't remember exactly, but he was the first bird I ever held, although I didn't end up buying him then. I bought him after we got about 3 or 4 birds because I just, you know, I couldn't forget him and I had to go and get him because I fell in love with him. And when we first brought him home, he was really sweet to everyone, and these girls, when they came over, he let all of them hold him on their finger and pet him.
Good old days, girl.
And also, he knows a trick where he can flip upside down. He loves doing that. He doesn't mind it. The bird store where they raised him taught him that trick, and so he was always very tame and sweet. And actually, I have a picture of Cass over here cuddling up to my neck, like sleeping, and not really a lot of birds have ever done that with me. So I thought that was pretty special, and I will put the photo up so you guys can see. But the point is, when we first got him and he was an actual baby, he was a lot sweeter. And he came to everyone, he loved everyone, he wanted to play, but he also loved to cuddle. He was a lot more gentler as well, and he was just a lot more tame and easier to handle and deal with. And I would say that it was probably about around maybe 8 or 9 months when he started to get out of control. So we take our birds out a lot because I think it's cruel and like torture to keep your bird locked up in their cage all the time. So our birds are out at least a few hours a day. And Cass, get off of my camera. And even though Cass didn't really get along with other birds, which is also another thing that you should consider if you want to get a Caique, is that they don't really get along with other kinds of birds at all. Like, if you get 2 baby Caiques together and they grow up together and they get used to each other, then they will probably get along. Well, it's not a given, but maybe. Cass, can you please stop getting on my camera? But if you get a Caique and then, you know, want to purchase another one long down the road, there's a chance that, you know, the first Caique, oh my God, Castiel! There's a really good chance that the first Caique that you got will not like the second one, just because that's how they are.
Hand to God.
They are They are birds that love to socialize with people. Well, at least our Caique. This is, of course, I'm just talking about my Caique. I'm not talking about all the other Caiques. You could have a Caique that's completely different, and so don't mind anything I say then. This is just for anyone who's considering getting a Caique to consider something very important before you get one. Because 8 months, this guy started to get really, really rough. He started biting like nonstop. Oh my God, this isn't gonna stop, is it? He started biting nonstop, like all the time, and he just wanted to fight all the other birds and like attack them. Before that, he was just kind of minding his own business, doing his own thing. When he started going through this bluffing phase, he actually will now try to attack our other birds. So a lot of times after we take him out, we have to put him away because he's just getting too out of control and it's not good, and he is just really not nice a lot of the time, huh? Yeah, still love you though. He still gets taken out, although we've started kind of taking him out on his own to spend one-on-one time with him a little bit more, even though like right now, as you can see, it's non-stop nipping, non-stop. Sometimes he bites harder, sometimes it's just nipping like right now. The other birds are not out, so that's why he's only just snipping. He's not as rough or painful as his bites could get, because that kind of happens more when the other birds are out. I'm not exactly sure why.
Stop pissing him off.
And he doesn't even let us really pet him anymore, like as you can see. Well, right now it's okay. I would say very rarely, but like right now I'm trying to pet him and his first reaction is to bite me. And this is just how it is, day and night. He's just very bitey and hormonal. He's, you know, growing up, turning into a man. Huh, Cass? Yeah. You're turning into a big guy. And it's really frustrating sometimes, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I love these birds. I love all of my birds, but I just wish that I would have known more about what the bluffing phase is. So that's why I decided to make this video, just to kind of showcase what goes into having a Caique and some of the negatives. Because, you know, it's really easy with any baby bird to get carried away and think, oh, it's so cute, you know, it's so nice and cuddly and gentle, but a lot of times we don't really know what to expect or what will come later. And actually he, hopefully, fingers crossed, he will come out of this phase soon, because he has been going through it for a good, probably a year or maybe close to a year. So we've been dealing with this for a while, but hopefully when he turns 3 or close to that number, hopefully it'll stop, because it's really frustrating, as you can see. Like right now, you know, I just want to pet him, but all he wants to do is just bite and nip and everything else like that.
Very frustrating.
Cass? Yeah. Yeah, I would say that having a pre-adolescent teenager, Caique in the teenager phase, is really difficult and really frustrating, and sometimes it feels like it will never stop. And you know, we love him so much, it sucks, because we want to pet him and give him scratches and all the lovin's, but he doesn't want that right now. He just kind of wants to wreak havoc and cause chaos and attack everyone else and try to get into fights with us as well. And why are you? And it's just, it's not easy, guys. And just be sure to consider this if you're thinking about getting a Caique.
You'll thank me later.
Of course, with the proper diet and the proper training, oh, see, there you go. And the proper training, and if you keep socializing your bird and taking him out and not just keeping him locked in, still having interaction with them, eventually they'll get out of this phase. But we cannot wait when that's going to happen, huh? When's it going to happen, man? So basically, he is what I would say is an a-hole right now. I would say probably 99% of the time. There are a few moments where he will let us pet him and like he'll be cuddly without biting, but that's very few. And also, he doesn't want to go to his cage.
Oh, hell no.
So whenever we try to get him into his cage, he used to go for treats. You know, if you gave him treats that he loved, he used to go into his cage for that reason. Now he doesn't go for anything. So sometimes I will take him and I'll cover my hand like this so he won't fly out. But then he bites even harder because he doesn't want to go in his cage. So that's probably also an indicator of that behavior. And so that's all I have for you guys today. I hope that you found this video useful. I feel like if I would have seen a video about this from someone who had experience with parrots, it would have helped me a lot. I feel like I probably still would have gotten Cass, but I think I would have thought harder and longer about it.
You're damn right.
And maybe prepared myself mentally, because it's really hard when your little baby boy goes from being the sweetest bird to the most rambunctious, meanest, bitiest a-hole that we have. Out of the 9 birds, he's definitely tops the cake on that one, huh? So I really hope you guys found this useful, and I hope that this can help you in your decision as to whether or not you want to get this particular kind of bird. Of course, please do your own research, look into this more. This is just kind of an overview. It's very general. You know, we're not going into really deep specifics, details, maybe just a little bit. We brushed over it, most of it. But thank you guys so much for watching my videos, and I really hope this video helped you. If it did, please consider subscribing, liking this post, commenting. I really appreciate it, and it really propels me to keep making these videos because I love it and I really enjoy doing that. And also, if you guys have a Caique who is maybe this age, you know, maybe has gone through the bluffing phase, please comment with your experiences so that others can maybe look in the comments and see what other ways a Caique could behave during this period of time in their life. So please, that would be really helpful, I think. And so with that, see, it's just non-stop. It's just beak, beak, beak. And so with that, we're gonna say goodbye, right, Cass? I am trying to start making videos every week again, which we're aiming for 1 video a week starting out, but then we'll see. Maybe I'll go back to doing 2 videos, although I'm a lot more busy now. The kids are in school and I go, you know, to Orange Theory 4 days a week, and I also have a lot of other stuff that I'm doing. And oh, thank you so much. And so I really hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you guys are, wherever you're watching this from. And with that, oh my God. And with that, we're gonna say bye. Right, Cass? Say bye, buddy. Bye, guys.